Okay, before we get into the Niners free agent targets, guys, they should be signed. Let's talk about guys who are entering their final season with the team.
Mm-hmm.
It's good to keep that in mind.
Mm-hmm.
Guys who are going to be gone after this year. You name one, then I'll name one.
Nick Bosa.
You think Nick Bosa is going to be gone after this year?
I'm pretty sure, isn't his contract up next year, but they have an out this year?
Let's see. I'm concerned about Bosa. I mean, he's not going to be the same player after the third ACL.
They have an out.
Potential out
year.
after 2026. Mm-hmm. Yes.
Yeah. My assumption is he's gone. There's no way they want to take on $94 million in cap for a dude off another ACL surgery. I highly doubt he's going to go crazy this year.
That's a good point, man. The thing with Nick Bosa is that his contract becomes unpalatable now. It's been fine up until now. His cap number last year was $20 million, which was 7% of the cap. This year it's $42 million, which is 13.8% of the cap. That's gross for any player. Oh,
yeah.
Yuck. And he probably won't even be there for week 1. That's terrible. That might be the worst contract on the team. $42 million cap hit for Nicholas John Bosa in the year 2026 of our Lord. His middle name might not even be John, but it is now.
Yeah, that would be my guess is he's gone, because my guess is he'll also, if he does play well, he'll ask for an extension, and the Niners will be like, are you out of your mind? Actually, no.
Nicholas John Bosa, yes.
No, the Niners actually love signing people old and it hurt. So actually, if he did ask for an extension, he'd probably get one. But I feel like they'll cut him.
You can't give him an extension coming off this injury. That would be insane.
Who's yours? Who's your guy?
If they were to cut Bosa this year, they would take on $75 million in dead cap. So they can't cut him yet.
Yeah,
plus he has $23 million in guaranteed salary. But next year, no guaranteed salary. And they save almost $19 million if they cut him. Yeah, this could be Nick Bosa's final season with the 40. They could trade him next year, too.
Yeah,
Nicholas John Bosa.
Mm-hmm. Nicholas John Bosa.
Nicholas John Bosa. That's a great call. Okay, here's another one. Trent Williams. Entering the final season of his contract, 38 years old. I do not envision him getting an extension. This could be the final year for Trent Williams.
I'm going to go another one. Brock Purdy. This is his out year. Next year's his out year. And I don't think he's going to last the out year. I don't think he's going to last it.
Here's the thing with Brock Purdy. Let's look at his contract. It's not expensive yet, but it will get expensive in a couple of years. And the more expensive he gets, the less trade value he'll have. So right now his cap number is at 24. Next year it's at 30, and the year after that it's 57. It kind of explodes, just like Nicholas John Bosa's. So they could conceivably trade him next year and only let me get it. They could save $7 million in cap space. They trade him next year. Only take on $24 million in dead cap.
Yeah. So,
and it's like if he has another season where he plays 9 games and throws 11 picks in 10 games, and Matt plays well in relief, yeah, it's an option.
I mean, and I just see it like this, right? Like we see John's contract expires, Kyle's contract I think expires. So everyone's contract's expiring at the end of this year. And so
Kyle's goes through 2027. I don't know why he's signed for one more year than Lynch.
Okay.
I believe that's true.
So I think,
but still.
Yeah, I think this is it for Brock. I think if they struggle this year and the offense is still bad and the Niners haven't extended Kyle, they're like, listen, dude, we're willing to give one more swing for you, but it can't be Brock because he's not getting it done for your offense.
Well, you kind of went where I was going. I was going to mention the fullback. He's definitely in his final season with the team. So that's Trent, Nicholas John, Brock, and the fullback. Makes me wonder, is it also Kyle? Is it also John? If they do really well,
sure.
they'll come back. But if this is a disappointing season, if the second international game takes them out, if the substation finally ends them, I'm not sure that Kyle Shanahan's necessarily planning for the future. He doesn't necessarily act like a coach who's thinking about 2-3 years down the line. His whole offense is guys who've been here. He had every opportunity to develop the Jordans, this Watkins and James, and wanted to play guys who are old. I mean, maybe he feels like this could be the end for him too.
Yeah, I think John's definitely gone. My kind of, I guess, hot take is John pretty much has to kill almost every pick in this draft and the free agency to stay around. I think everyone's kind of over John. I think he's pretty much the odd man out at this point. If the Niners because every player and they're all saying like we're going to get aggressive. We've shown we can win a Super Bowl. All right, well you just said it. So good luck. If you don't win it next year, one of you's on the hot seat. And here's another player that's interesting. George Kittle has an out after next year. And after his Achilles injury, my assumption is he's not going to really play much and not be that great. I think this is probably George's last year on the team.
That's really interesting because, again, like if Kyle Shanahan is out next year, then the whole offense, all of his guys
for sure,
could be out. Kittle, Trent, Bosa. And I do think it's interesting, like we're assuming this would mean that the Niners were pushing Kyle Shanahan out. What if Kyle doesn't want to be here anymore? Like, I'm stuck with Brock. The rest, like, he's not going to get it done. He's overpaid. He's not quite good enough. I'm going to get blamed for this. Instead of doing this for 5 to 10 years and getting nowhere, why don't I just let the contract expire? I'll be the most sought after coach on the market. I could go coach Josh Allen. Maybe I could go coach Patrick Mahomes. I could coach whoever I want. Do I really want to coach?
Or you could go to the Eagles with Howie Roseman. Be like, I could go to the Eagles and pair up with this dude, and I will always have talent on my team. And here, want to know what's interesting is Mac had that interview after the season where he's like, oh, yeah, I love it here. I get along really well with Kyle. I know he really wanted me in the draft. And that was really interesting to me because it was like, okay, so Kyle did want him. Then who drafted Trey? Because it kind of sounded like, well, Kyle wanted me. Kyle told me he wanted to draft me. And then if you go back to the call where Kyle goes, Trey, didn't you know this was coming? And Trey goes, no. Like, I had no idea I was getting drafted by you guys here. It seems like the front office superseded Kyle here and was like, listen, we traded all the way up to 3. We're not trading all the way up to 3 for Mac Jones. So we're going with this guy. At least that's what I'm gathering. So maybe Kyle's over it.
My best guess is that Kyle wanted Mac Jones, but lost his nerve because there was a lot of public pressure not to take Mac Jones. And I think he didn't want the smoke. So I think he buckled and maybe went with his second choice or let someone else influence him and immediately hated the decision. But I think he's the one who ultimately didn't have the courage of his convictions. I wouldn't give him the out. He runs his team. If he really wanted Mac Jones like that and said, I don't care what anyone thinks, he would have taken him. I don't think anyone overruled him. And he lost his nerve.
Yeah. And I don't see Kyle leaving because the big thing is Kyle hasn't gotten extended yet. The front office for sure wants to extend him. He just had a coach of the year. There's a 0% chance Jed and Parag didn't want to extend Kyle. He makes their cheap roster good.